Welcome into Gulf Sports Net, everybody. I'm Doug Holton along with Fred Riley. We're talking football today and semi-pro football, as the news today is that the Eastern Shore Vikings are now changing to the Fairhope Vikings. It's been an exciting day or two, Fred, to get that accomplished.
It really has. I mean, the work of Mayor Wilson, the work of Tom Cool, the Park and Recreation Director here, and the City Council working with us to make this happen. I was asked when all this started, where are you going to practice and where are you going to play? And my response to that was, well, God didn't give us a football organization not to give us somewhere to practice or play. This is going to happen and this is going to work out. And these folks jumped behind the franchise full bore, full support of the city, and we are really excited about where this is headed.
Mm-hmm. It's the American South Football Alliance. For people that haven't heard of it yet, you'll be here in Fairhope playing at Majors Field, practicing in Fairhope. And just tell us a little bit about the league. You had your league meetings last weekend, and what did you accomplish there?
The biggest thing we accomplished is putting together in stone a calendar, so we can, as we start talking to players and start working with the city, that we can let them know, hey, these are going to be our tryout dates. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a training camp this spring. Even though we don't have games until 2020, we're going to go through a training camp this spring. We're going to have OTAs, other team activities, where we'll practice with other teams in the league 3 or 4 times in May and June, and get that ball rolling, and then shoot for, I think our first game is April the 20th, 2020, and that's where we're headed.
Tell us a little bit about, you mentioned tryouts. They're coming up in 2019 for the 20 season. Tell us a little bit about that, what you're looking for, where your base of players will come from.
Right. We can have a roster of 40 players. We are discussing as a league having also a practice squad. So if you have guys get injured, et cetera, you can pull from the practice squad. But a travel roster of 40. We've had 30 players so far already inquire about the team and show interest in being part of the tryout process. It's $45. That $45 is registration in the league and the tryout fee. And then from there, that gets you, if you make the team, that's the entire cost of going through this first spring. No additional fees. And we're looking on this side of the bay, on the other side of the bay. We're looking for guys. Again, obviously, we're not looking for guys that just want to play ball. I mean, we're looking for football players and guys that played high school football, maybe college football, maybe some semi-pro football, that are in that age of 18 to 35 years old. So far, most of the guys we've communicated with are in their mid-20s. I'm not going to name any names, but 3 of them that played college football and are in the local area that have expressed an interest. So we expect to put a high-quality product on the field.
Mm-hmm. And the tryouts will be here in Fairhope. I know that you're already underway with the process, as we mentioned, tryouts, and you've hired several staff members that are coming on board to coach this football team.
Correct. We've hired 5 assistant coaches. 3 of them were former players for me back on our 2009 team that was or 8 and 9 that went to the semifinals at Davidson, and the next year got beat by Prattville 10-7 in the 3rd round, and a great group of guys who are going to be fine coaches. An offensive line coach who has experience in semi-pro leagues and has coached in it, and he brings some things to the table to help me navigate the waters a little bit, and then a defensive coordinator, a gentleman from Mobile that I've known for a while that wanted to get involved with this. So those 5 guys, a director of marketing, and a chief financial officer, and an equipment manager, which, I mean, you don't realize how important it is to have somebody on the sideline that can fix a helmet till you ain't got nobody that can do it. So we've got one of those too. So our front office and original staff is in place, yes.
Mm-hmm. I know you have teams all over the Southeast in this league, and just talk for a minute about what a blessing it's been for you. I know you've mentioned that on social media. One opportunity leaves and another opportunity comes along.
Yeah, I mean, all the things that had gone on in the past few months, and in this, God had a plan. I mean, and God was way ahead of us. I mean, the fact that how about the fact that having Mayor Wilson elected 2 years ago impacted this organization? Somebody else that got elected may not have been as open and welcoming and wanting to have a football team in their city like this. So all these things, I mean, we sort of see right where we're at, but God sees before and during and after, and we're humbled by this and blessed by this, and going to do everything we can to honor this venture in the way it should be honored.
All right, sounds great, and we're looking forward to seeing the Fairhope Vikings play in 2020, and of course we'll be following the progress through 2019 and tryouts and all of that. Congratulations again.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll be back with more on the Vikings and much more on sports right here on GolfSportsNet.com.